In this video, we will look at editing our data and adjusting the formatting to improve its clarity and appearance. There are three ways we can edit the data contained in a cell. We can edit directly in the cell by double-clicking the cell, and you can see the cursor starting to flash, or select a cell and press F2. You can see the cursor now. Make any changes you need and press Enter or Tab. We can also edit directly in the formula bar. Select the cell you want to modify, and then click in the formula bar at the top to make any changes. If we're directly replacing all the data contained in a cell, then we can just click anywhere within that cell and start typing. That directly replaces all of the cell's content. We can delete data by selecting a cell and pressing Delete to remove its contents. We could also do this to multiple cells at once by selecting multiple cells and either right-clicking and pressing Clear Contents, or just by pressing Delete. We can also delete an entire row or column. Select the row or column that you want to delete, right-click over the column letter or row number, and press Delete. You could also just press Delete once the column or row has been selected. We may want to format the look or appearance of our data to improve its clarity or readability. Let's change the text alignment, how the text is positioned within the cell. Select any cell or range of cells. Use the Home tab in the ribbon, the Alignment group, and choose how you want to align your data. You can align it left or right within the cell or centered. You could also align it at the top or bottom of the cell or centered. We are going to center this selection of cells. We can also adjust the column width or row height. If we hover our mouse over the boundary line between two columns or two rows, you will see the boundary cursor. We can now drag that cursor to make the column wider or narrower, and it is the same with rows. You can double-click the boundary for autofit. Same for a column. This will automatically adjust the width of the column or the height of the row to fit the data inside of it. Wrapping text in Excel allows you to display long text within a cell without cutting it off or splitting it into adjacent cells. For example, let's take column C. Currently in C1 we have level of study, but we cannot see it because the cell is not wide enough. If we click within that cell and over in the Home ribbon, in the Alignment group, we will see the Wrap Text icon. Now that text has been wrapped to fit within the width of that column. Sometimes adding borders can help organise or highlight your data. We can select the cells where we want to apply the borders. Go to the Home tab in the ribbon and the Font group. And here, next to the Underline button, we can choose from our different border options using the drop-down. We can just apply a border to the bottom of the selected cells, the top. We could have all the borders or outside borders. There's lots of choices here. Let's click All Borders. We can now see that those selected cells have been bordered around the outside and between each of the cells. If we reselect those cells and back to the border drop-down menu, we can click No Border to remove them.